I'm Anne from Game Like a Mother. Today I'm going to show you how to play Sky Magic by Peaceable Kingdom. It's ages 6 and up, 2 to 4 players, and it takes 20 minutes. Let me show you how to play. The goal of the game is to work together as a team to get your 5 magical friends to their homes before you run out of magic spell cards. However, there are only 9 of these magic spell cards. If you want to play a slightly easier way, you can play that you win if you make it home before you run out of weather cards, which is what we generally do because it means you win at least half of the time instead of a much smaller amount. So I see what works best for you, but I recommend doing it until you run out of weather cards. For game setup, you put each of the magical friends in the center on the spot that is the corresponding color. You will notice that is the opposite side of the board from where their home is. And then you put the storm cloud off to the side along with your magic spell cards, weather cards, and you just have the youngest player go first. They roll the die and then do whatever corresponds with that action. So for this, if they went the first time and rolled a 3, they can pick any one of these characters. It doesn't matter how many people you're playing with. You still have these 5 characters you have to get home, and anybody can move any character. So if one person rolls a 3, they can choose to move this green dragon 1, 2, 3, and that's it for their turn. Play progresses to the next player. There's also a 1, 2, 3, and a 4 you can roll. Besides that, you can roll weather cards, and each one does a different thing. If you've rolled a storm cloud, you take the top card on the weather card pile and flip it over and perform that action. If it is a wind flip, you take whichever panel here and that corresponds to the color and flip it over. So for this, you'd flip over the orange to this side and you lift a character if they're on the piece that's about to be flipped, and then you set them down on the exact same spot. And if there's no cloud there, they have to go back to their start spot. If there was a cloud there, if he had been only on this spot and then it had flipped over, he wouldn't have to move and he would still be in the same spot. But he wasn't, so we're going to put him back at start. There's wind flips for all of the different colors, and the only other card you can draw from this pile is a storm cloud cover. And what those do are you take one of these pieces, and as a team, you have to pick the spot that will block the fewest paths that you can place this on. This does mean that if you draw another orange wind flip later on in the game, you flip it back over like this, and the storm cloud is now covered up, and you can move along this path. The only way to get rid of the storm cloud from the board is if you roll the magic wand on the die, and then you get to draw a magic spell card. Again, whoever rolled gets to, it's for everybody to decide what to do with these, but you draw one of these, and you can choose to play it immediately, or you can save one for another round. So if you draw this, it is a freeze spell. It prevents a wind flip. So you can place this off to the side and choose to play it at a time when it actually helps. But if the next time you roll another magic spell for the next player and they draw another card, now you have a Gale Spell, which blows away a storm cloud, which is great because you have a storm cloud out there, but you have to use one of these at this point. You can't save 2. You can only save 1. But fortunately, this one is instantly applicable, so you would use it to remove that storm cloud and then discard this. And the only other spell you can get is a doubling spell, which then you use to, if somebody rolls a number like a 4, then that's probably, you can wait to see the roll. That's when you might say, I want to play my doubling spell, and play that on the roll, and then instead of just moving 4, they would get to move 8 clouds along. Here's what the end of a game might look like. We have 3 of the magical characters at home, and we're trying to work on getting these last 2 to their respective homes. You can enter through either of the doors. Green can enter through this side or from over here. And also, you can't have characters pass over each other. They cannot share a cloud space and they cannot pass over each other. So even if you rolled a 2 for yellow and then you wanted to roll a 3, these 2 would be stuck right here. You'd have to move green out of the way or yellow back 1, 2, 3 so green can pass through. So plan accordingly as you move along. Also, at this point, we wouldn't have won this game because we ran through our magic spell pile already, but there are still some weather cards left. So just depending on how the game is going, and test it out yourself to see how it goes, but we really like playing where you win if there's still weather cards left. It just seems like there's a higher chance of that actually happening. And so if you rolled a 3, you'd go ahead and get green into his home, and then roll again, move yellow along. Oh my, so lucky this time. And keep on going until you make it in. It does not have to be an exact roll. If he got a 4, that's okay. 1, 2, 3. But if everybody makes it home in time, you have won the game. So that's how to play Sky Magic. 1 rule adjustment and you have a lovely little fantasy game that's sure to be a hit with your kids. So check it out. Thanks and see you next time from Game Like a Mother.